Antonio Tarver, in the heavyweight division. Now, Antonio Tarver last night had a fight against Nagy Aguilera, who it was Tarver's first fight at heavyweight, so it's moving up from light heavyweight. So we skipped out the cruiserweight division and gone straight into heavyweight. Didn't actually get to watch the fight, to be honest with you, because I was watching the Lucian Butte fight, and to be honest, I couldn't last till about 6 in the morning to watch Antonio Tarver. I personally don't have much of an interest in Antonio Tarver anymore. You know, the problem is with Antonio Tarver for me, but this isn't a disrespectful video against Antonio Tarver, it's just my thoughts about him being in the heavyweight division. So last night he fights 10-round fight. Now I've read a few reviews, watched a few videos of the video reviews from people on YouTube about it. Now apparently in this fight, in the 10 rounds, by the look of it, he lost 2 rounds, won the other 8. But Nagy Aguilera, you know, when you look at him, he hasn't really done anything of, you know, much merit himself. You know, his last win was in July against Roderick Willis, you know, and his last fight was against Maurice Harris for the USBA heavyweight title. So it wasn't a particularly difficult matchup. I think everyone thought this was going to happen. But Antonio Tarver, he's now a commentator, but I don't understand. I was looking through his profile on BoxRec.com. I was thinking, this man hasn't had nearly enough fights than he should have done. I mean, the guy is 41 years old. His actual stats are 128, lost 6, drawn none. For a 41-year-old who started his career in 1997. He's only had 34 fights in a 13-year span. Actually, you put it like that, perhaps there is more than I gave him credit for. But recently, he hasn't really done much in the ring. Now, I did hear last night he did throw his left shoulder out. I believe someone I was watching a video for, he threw his left shoulder out. Apparently he was in pain, so you have got to give him a bit of credit for actually carrying on with the fight and still coming with enough to win. You know, I've heard mixed reviews about it. I heard it was an interesting fight, but it wasn't an interesting fight. I also read up on the internet that Tarver, perhaps going in, I can't remember what weight he was. I think I read, perhaps someone could actually give me a hand on this. I can't remember what, he was 220 something. I read up. I cannot remember, which is not very good. Anyway, 220 pounds. Whether that's true or not, I don't know, but that's what I've said there. So he's gained, you know, if that's the case, he's gained almost 40 pounds. He's moving up to the light heavyweight. So, and he wasn't a particularly strong puncher at light heavyweight. So I don't know if there's extra weight, if he would pack a bit more of a punch in him, to be honest with you. But let's look at Antonio Tarver. He was in the Rocky film, the last Rocky film. I didn't enjoy the film very much, so that's why I'm looking at it like that. But then you look at these things, right? We all know for his trilogy against Roy Jones Jr., which he won 2, lost 1, lost the first one. You know, fair enough to him. He's fought Glenn Johnson twice, lost the first one, won the second one. You know, who else he fought? He's fought Bernard Hopkins and lost on unanimous decision. So he's fought all the decent boxers around him. So I'm not, you know, getting at him for his fights, because he's beaten Glenn Johnson, he's beaten Roy Jones Jr. twice, he lost to Bernard Hopkins, and he's also faced, I mean, and I first started to hear of him a bit more in the end of 2007. He beat Danny Santiago, and then he fought Britain's own Clinton Woods, which I think was Tarver's best fight I've seen him, probably since he beat Roy Jones Jr. in my eyes. In the last one, that was probably the best I've seen him. which was a space of 3 years. But then since he won that, which is on this, the 12th of April, 2008, he's fought three fights since then, both against Chad Dawson, which he lost both by unanimous decision. And then he's now got a stint of commentating, and he decides to come back. Now, my thing is, I don't particularly, in my eyes, I don't care too much about Antonio Tarver being in now the heavyweight division. The only way how he might do well, he needs to have more fights, he needs to fight more regularly as well, because you know he's done too many breaks, and also Tarver's got a big mouth as well. He has got a huge mouth on him, we know that. So he comes up with a lot of these statements, which is why he's a great commentator. Right? But you know he's comes up with these statements, and to make these statements at heavyweight, you've got to back up, because you're looking at two of the most dominant heavyweights probably since Lennox Lewis retired. You know, with the two Klitschko's. Now, if he really wants a shot at that, he is going to have a few fights. The Klitschko's might actually accept the challenge of Tarver, because, as I said in the previous videos, they're running out of opponents to fight, because I don't think many people actually want to fight them. So they're running out of opponents on that front. If he has a couple of fights under his belt, he might get a shot of it like that. But I don't know. I'm confused about this whole Antonio Tarver thing. You know, we haven't seen the guy for just about a year and a half, and he comes back at heavyweight in a 10-round contest. You know, I thought we weren't going to hear from him again, to be honest with you. Perhaps it would be better that way, I don't know. But anyway, Antonio Tarver, if you are going to step up to heavyweight and carry on, please, please, please have more fights. Don't leave the fight fans, you know, and back your words up. You know, don't start coming in with a big mouth like it has happened, and then, you know, disappear off the face of the earth for a year again, because we don't want that. If you are going to have a big heavyweight push, you got to go and do it. Anyway, that's me talking about Antonio Tarver. Leave your comments. I'll probably get some hate about this, but leave your comments below. Until next time, peace, love, and catch you all in a bit.